Hi, it's Dr. Brasser again. On today's video, what I wanted to cover with you is how to find your assignments on Connect and to orient you to that component of the software program. So, with that in mind, with that being said, let's look at this screen here where we have your basic Moodle account. And under this one, if you go to the left-hand column down to the McGraw-Hill campus, you click on this, that's going to take you to another screen. Just click on the Connect and it will take you to your basic thing. This is the instructor view. Let me switch over to student view so you can see that. Okay, what we're looking at here, my information, email address, we've got your syllabus and so forth. We're in a subsequent video, we're going to go through this dissection tool. It's another really nice software program that you have, and then we'll talk about the ebook on another video as well. So let's do the assignments first, and this is going to be located on this column. Okay, a few things that you want to be aware of. We are going to have a due date column in here, so let's just open up something. Let's just open up week 1. Okay, so this is going to be due date. Let me minimize that. So this is going to be due date in this column. This is the status, still available. And on some of these different assignments, you are either given 1 attempt or 3 attempts or unlimited. 3 attempts, what that basically means, you are given 3 times to do this assignment. And the points that you receive for this is based on the greatest or the greatest that you've earned. Okay, so if they're worth 5 points, let's say you got 2 points on the first attempt, 3 on the second, and 5 for the third attempt, your grade would be based on the 5 points or the third attempt. Okay, so as part of the screen that you would look at showing all your attempts, it will also show what your average score was. That's just something for your information. That does not factor into what your grade is. Okay, so when you have these multiple attempts, it's going to be based on your greatest attempt. Okay, so let's look at week 0. Okay, this is before classes started, and we have a few different things. Just a basic welcome letter, syllabus, class schedule. There's also the syllabus in this area for this one. Class schedule is also part of the syllabus. That's for ease of reference. Any issues with Connect and just various tips on that, computer requirements. So let's look at 2 different things, aspects that are in Connect before we get into the assignments themselves. The first one is going to be this prep anatomy and physiology, sometimes which is going to also be located over here. So this is something that you can do more self-study. You can choose areas that you want to focus in on, and then the software will help learn or help you learn that information. The prep is this one. The prep is very similar to how Learn Smart is, and I'll show you that in one of the assignments here. Okay. So let's just look at the prep for anatomy and physiology. We open up different things, just gives you some study tips. And what you will see here is we just have one column on this one. Often you will see multiple things listed on here, on things that you want to deal with. So to choose this one, this gives you an idea what percentage that you have done and if you're on track on this. So let's open it up and just get a better look at this.
We will continue based on the work you've already done.
Okay, so that's just a basic introduction. You hit OK. Now this screen here, you can blank it out. Once you get used to it, it gets kind of annoying every time you look at it.
Pick your next learning mission.
And we can choose 3 different areas. I think there's 4 different areas at times looking at this, where if you answer 4 questions correctly in a row, it allows you to move on. So you can choose whichever one of those you want. Okay, so let's just do 4 questions in a row just to see. This is an example where you would have to fill in the answer. What this is looking at is it's asking Do you know the answer? Do you think you know the answer? You're unsure, or you're just purely guessing at the answer. What these are for is if you know the answer and you get it correct, then as you go through these questions, you won't see it again. If you know the answer but get it incorrect, well, then you will see that answer again until you get them correct. If you have no idea, then as you're going through the questions, you're going to see it popping up again in the future. Okay? This is not answer the one question right the first time and then you'll never see it again. Connect doesn't work that way. Connect works it where it repeats the questions until you consistently get that answer correct. So that really aids in your learning process, okay? So this is a really nice way of dealing with this. So if I do this and just submit something, it says your answer is wrong, okay? What we can do on this, since I got this one wrong, we also see on the side of the screen suggested resources. And there's, in this case, two different things. Sometimes you'll see a third one if there's an associated video that you can watch. So let's look at the library first. What this does is it actually opens up different definitions on some of these things. This is not the screen that I wanted. So let me close that off. Oh, I just exited out of it completely. I'm sorry. We'll probably have
Welcome
to start
back.
this over again. Okay, let's get started.
Pick your next learning mission.
And click on one of these. So if you think so, here's a sample of various questions. Click on the answer. I'm not reading the question on here. So it says it's incorrect. What you can do is click on the library and it actually takes you to some of these different systems on this. So
The human body has 11
this
organ
shows you
systems.
a video.
An organ can
as well.
belong to
So
two different organ systems.
this helps you learn that segment, so you're not just learning an answer to a question. It will often open up to the ebook, which I will show you that on the next video as well. Once you start playing with this a little bit more, it will start making a little bit more sense. We did those, so let's go submit answers. I don't want this. I want to go back. There we go. So let's go back to this one and let's show you a different one. This is a practice. This is a notepad that you will see here. Sometimes you'll see it as a barbell. Sometimes you will see it as a quiz. Think of these all in terms of homework. Okay, they may have different names, whether it's practice or whether it's a quiz or anything. It's homework. Okay, so click on this. What this does is it tells you the due date and the time that it's due. It also says how many attempts you have. A lot of them will only be 3 attempts. Okay, if there's any other instructions, those are provided on there. So this one, basically, I'm just showing you, I think I have 3 different questions, 3 different question styles that you can see on some of these things. Here, this is basically labeling different things. And what you do is you click on one of these things and then you move it to these blank areas, okay? So what we're dealing with on some of these different things, so for the cellular level or chemical level, well, looks like H2O here, so we'll just put this one here. Then we're going to go to a cellular level, then we're going to go to a tissue level, and let's see, organ level, organism, it's going to be down here, organ system. Okay, so let's look at that, and where's submit? Submit is around here somewhere. Submit. Top right hand corner is for this. You just submit it. Ooh, I got 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3. Oh, so that's submitting all of them. I'm sorry. So let's cancel that. We have 3 questions. So that's, you don't submit after individual questions. Let's just look if we're unfamiliar with this, go up to this little book here on right next to the printer, click on that, and that actually opens up part of the book, and you can look at those, and it takes you to certain areas so you can see where it's located in the book. Let's go to question number 2. Same general idea. Cranial cavity. This is abdominal pelvic. Well, that's going to be ventral. Thoracic, abdominal, pelvic. Okay. And let's do question 3. And this is just a simple multiple choice here. Which levels of organization? I'm just not bothering reading the question, so let's just put, this one's only a 1 option here. And let's submit it. Are you sure you want to submit the assignment for grading? So let's hit yes. I got 10 out of 10 points for this one, so not too bad. Then it comes back and you can show us your correct answers on this one, okay? And you can do the next one. It will show you those as well. So if you have something wrong, you're going to see a check mark on those, okay? So that's basically what we're looking at for your question types. So let me exit out of there. And again, just play with this. The first couple of times you mess with it, it's just going to be a learning phase. So let's look under week 1, and all the remaining weeks are very similar to this. Here's the Learn Smart, which is very similar to that prep one that we just saw, where it asks you, are you sure? Are you unsure? Are you guessing? Okay, so that's this section, okay? Then we're also looking at these practice questions, which is what we just showed you earlier. Here's your date that it's available, start date, and the bottom number is the due date. So this one will be due on the 9th. Okay. Let's go through a few more so you can see some of those. If you click on the I, that's just some information. Tells you how many points that one's worth. On that. And let's see, what else do I want to do with this one? I guess that is good for this. I believe you have, let's do student view. Yeah, so you have performance, so you can see, you might not have that because I can look up individual ones, okay? So on this one, you would get assignment results. That way it shows you more specifics of what you have. You can see the various statistics or how many points that you get and so forth. Under the library, you have the ebook in here that you can locate. You have Learn Smart. I don't have any lectures or instructor resources put in. So play around with this, get used to it a little bit. It takes a little bit to get used to, especially if you're not computer literate. In many cases, a lot of people are, and I'm soon becoming there. So go through this. The key thing that you want to watch out for is the due dates, because the due dates change. Although most, not all, most are due on Sunday evening at 11:59 p.m. Okay. If you are late submission, then there is a 20% deduction for every day it's late, and then nothing's accepted after 5 calendar days. So be very aware. I've had students in the past that lose a significant number of points because they don't do the assignments, okay? This is extremely important. Extremely important to do, okay? If you want to get a decent grade, then you have to do them. So that's this one. And the next one I'm going to look at, the next video, we're going to go through the ebook a little bit. That'll be a short video. And then followed up with this area for the cadaver dissection tool. Thank you.